Dema is a town, fictional town that represents depression and other mental problems. Trench is a place where you get help from those issues. I came prepared. I don't want none of you motherfuckers to come at me and say, "Oh, that 21 Pilots thumbnail, it disturbs me. Disturbs me. It's written with numbers 21, not written as not written with letters 21. That disturbs me. The whole video is pointless without it. No. Fuck you." I'm just joking around. Please don't take it seriously. I love you. Mwah. Another thing, what was it? Oh, the Levitate video. I reacted to Levitate. Indeed, I was kind of more focused on revealing my brother, Hugo. I I really wanted him to, to be in more of my YouTube videos, but unfortunately, he went to college. He lives in dorms right now in a fucking UCSD. I hate UCSD. That's the worst school ever you can go to. University of California, San Diego. Yeah, that's the abbreviature. Anyway, if you're here for the first time, I bet you're like, what the fuck is going on with this dude? But for my fans, for my viewers, this is a common thing. Don't worry about it, my brother. Now you're joining the club of awkwardness and cringeworthy videos. And bro, like seriously, I was more focused on revealing my brother, right? So he's not available right now, but he will be because he's a really interesting dude. Has a cool character in him. But yeah, so I didn't give enough attention to what's happening on Levitate video, in my opinion, and also in the opinion of others, because there are so many fan theories going on around this 21 Pilots new album, Trench. And also, this is not the first time they're doing it. They did it on Blurryface as well, I believe. So it's just like fictional stories like going on, like in Trench as a sequel sort of to Blurryface. And I'm not really familiar with it, but I kind of came prepared, so that you fucking shut your mouth already. I'm tired of you judging me. I cannot know everything in the world when it comes to music, okay? I listen to certain genres. I try to be open-minded. I do listen to a lot of music, honestly. I listen to pop, listen to rock sometimes, not often, but pop, hip-hop, really heavily hip-hop, electronic music, EDM, dubstep, alternative for sure. Although I hate Imagine Dragons at this point, what they do in their career. I used to like them, now I hate them. But 21 Pilots, they still have their own flavor. They still don't give up their own sound into the mainstream. I really love it. So, and 21 Pilots, like this, all 4 singles which dropped. My hair is messy, goddamn. They dropped. I really loved all of them. I'm really enjoying this project, so far what they have shown us. So let's get into it. I'm hyped. Trench, 21 Pilots, first reaction. Let's go. Track 1, Jumpsuit. We all already heard it, but I cannot skip it, because I really want to get the full experience of Trench, and this is a great track. I miss it. I miss listening to it, so let's listen to it. Jumpsuit, jumpsuit is sort of help to escape from demo, from that depression, from sadness, from a dark place. Track 2, Levitate. Yep. Fantastic track as well. Yeah, Tyler goes off on this. It's fantastic. I like his rapping on this one. And of course, not only rapping, but like the instrumentals, you know, this feel, the atmosphere is fantastic. Welcome to Distraction. Alright, track 3, I have not heard this one. What was it? What's the track? Morph, okay? Damn, the fucking instrumental! Oh shit, it's blizzing my ears! Ooh! Bruh! Damn, bruh!
For if it's purely panic, and when it's solemn sorrow, and one invades today, while the other spies tomorrow, we're surrounded, and we're hounded. Try to sing this. If I get nothing, they won't know. I'm off.
This is so good.
Who know him most know he goes by Nico. He told me I'm a cop.
Bro, there's a band, it's called Metafix. They used to be a thing back in 2005, 2007. Their biggest hit is Big City Life. So this band, what they used to do is basically similar to what 21 Pilots is doing now, with not necessarily with tracks like Jumpsuit, but tracks like Morph and Nico and the Niners. That Jamaican vibe, you know, it's there, and I fucking love it. You know, these instrumentals and the way they singing also reminds me of Metafix, and that they used to be you know, one of my favorite bands back in the day. Not now, because you know they're not singing, they're not creating new music anymore together. But damn, like it's so reminiscent, like, and I like the style. It definitely even like brings me to my childhood, honestly. Check out Metafix if you like 21 Pilots. Like, I'm sure you will not be disappointed. Continue. The morph, you know, like Tyler sings how he wants to morph into someone else, like stuff like that. And again, it's all related to the Dema trench theory, you know, like storyline. You know, as I told you, yes, I came prepared, but doesn't mean that I will be able to still recognize some deep meaning behind these words like they're singing right now. You know, so I think I will just leave the theory stuff alone and just will enjoy the music. But you know, on track like Levitate, there were a lot of references to the songs from the past, like the album Blurry Face, also the song Car Radio. Like there were references to those things as well. So, and me as a person who yes, aware of 21 Pilots famous singles, let's say, from the past, but I have never heard an entire project by 21 Pilots before today. So this is my first 21 Pilots project I'm listening to fully. Yes, I did listen to most of the Blurry Face. I think I've I've heard like first 8 tracks from there for sure, and probably if some singles from 21 Pilots that came out from Blurface was lower, like beyond the track 8, probably I heard those as well. But yeah, when I was listening to the album, it was like I did listen to that point and then I kind of stopped. I don't know why. That doesn't mean that I don't like it. It's just I actually was really impressed when I heard it back in 2015. It was like, damn, that's a new music. Like that's a new wave. I really love this. But I don't know. I kind of what happened there. I don't know why I didn't like dig into this that much. But still, I will always respect the 21 Pilots. I always was listening to the songs at least that were on the radio, which were really famous. The song that time, all days. What was it? What was this track's name? I already forgot. Stressed Out, of course. Stressed Out. Stressed Out. Freaking. Gosh, I forgot all the names. My plan was I wanted to mention at least 5 21 Pilots songs I know. Of course, Heathens. Probably still my favorite 21 Pilots song. It's so goddamn gorgeous and gorgeous and incredible. But yeah, they have plenty of great songs, and I'm enjoying this Strange. Like all 5 songs I've heard so far, pure blessings. Mwah! Pure fires. Bellissimos. And I'm enjoying it. Track 4, My Blood. My Blood is one of the tracks I've heard already. But I actually didn't listen to this on camera yet. I didn't do a reaction to My Blood. So, of course, we're gonna listen to it as well.
You're facing down a dark hall. And go with you. I'll go with you. I'll go with you. I'll go with you. I'll go with you. Surrounded and up against the wall, I'll shred them all and go with you. Choices in, you must defend. I'll go with you. I'll go with you. I'll go with you. Yeah. Stay with me. No, you don't need to run. Stay with me. No, you don't need to run. Stay with me.
If you think that I'm under drugs, no, I'm not. This is just basically me. Yes, I can be that weird. Before we go into track 5, actually, I forgot to mention that the transition between Jumpsuit and Levitate is so goddamn beautiful. It's when I've heard it first time, I was so impressed, and I got an orgasmic feel out of this because it was so goddamn smooth. I mean, it's still smooth, you can still hear that. It's still there. I just love it. The transition was perfect. Track 5, Chlorine. And apparently it's the longest track. Oh, second longest track on the album. Okay.
Sipping on straight chlorine, let the vibe slide over me. Sipping on straight chlorine, loving what I'm tasting. Let the vibe slide over me. This beat is a chemical.
Yeah, the piano.
Beat is a chemical.
Yeah, the pretty nice addition. Pretty good track. I was sitting there and just listening to it, like just inhaling what 21 Pilots was doing. I was just the fact that I was not like hyped or like danced to it like doesn't mean that I didn't enjoy it. Really beautifully assembled track. I really liked it. Track 6, Smithereens. Smithereens.
You know, I've always been collected, calm and chill through. But if I'm feeling someone stepping towards you, can't describe just what I'm feeling. For you, I go step to a dude. Someone stepping towards you, can't describe just what I'm feeling.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's really nice. I like it. Starting to enjoy the track more and more. It's really like there are moments where sonically it's playing so much that I'm like, like wow. You know, I'm getting that orgasmic feel, eargasmic feel. Awesome track. Track 7, Neon Gravestones.
It's with the people we praise who may have assisted. I could use the streams and extra combos. My opinion will not be lenient. My opinion, it's real convenient. Our words are loud, but now I'm talking action. We don't get enough love, well, they get a fraction.
You know, like if you be in a concert, you get that lighter, lighter, and then make that lighting basically in like a not tragic necessarily, it's just like very soulful moment of the concert. Well, these days actually people use their phones and use their flashlights to do that, but back in the day I kind of an old guy not an old guy but like old-fashioned guy, like kinda I like some stuff which were before, you know, like, you know, of course new stuff is usually better, but sometimes they replace something really good. And like I think like just one of the many examples were that, like, you know, people didn't use their phones before and actually were into watching the performance. I mean, they still do, but just like now it's like through the screen sometimes. And also you were using lighters before, and it's just like kind of, I don't know, kind of cooler vibe from it, kind of more raw aesthetically, but especially for 21 Pilots, kind of would match. But anyway, the song is really good. All songs from this is really good so far, at least.
Glorified, maybe we swap out what it is that we hold so high. Find your grandparents or someone of age. Pay some respects for the path that they paved, to life they were dedicated. Now that should be celebrated.
Oh, it's funny. Like I was talking about the old school, right? And Tyler is talking about how we should, you know, look back and also, you know, damn, I forgot what you said. Hold on. But basically, like, we have to like celebrate about past and like their lives, what they contributed to shape our present, right?
That should be celebrated.
Yeah. So yeah, track 8, The Hype.
I'll dissipate. I'll record my step through for my basement tapes. Nice to know my guide will be on my side. I'll be talking behind you.
Yeah, it's still like great in this day and age where, you know, in the music you don't typically listen to, you don't hear live like instrumentals like guitar, drums, what else is there, piano, you know, you don't hear that because like technology is so advanced these days that music can be created using, you know, Logic, Ableton, platforms like softwares like that where you don't have to even play something in real life, just create notes over there and like shape a song without using real instruments, without playing real instruments, right? You know, you can create trap beat, you know, electronic beat, or like rappers. Well, rappers use actually trap beats, yeah. But well, basically you got the point. And it's just, my point was that I like the fact that 21 Pilots are using those live instruments, and you still have that feeling of the band, you know, with drums like fucking everything up, and like you know, even if like they are not rock band, you know, I'm glad that still you have the feeling of it at least. And 21 Pilots is one of the only few artists which are in the mainstream landscape, you know, in the radio, you know, you can hear those kind of style of music. So it's nice. I'm just taking a moment to appreciate 21 Pilots.
No, I don't know which way I'm going.
You know, like if this album was released a little bit earlier this year, this particular song probably would have ended up on FIFA 19. It really fits to the FIFA 19 vibe. Or any FIFA, actually. Yeah, that would have been dope. FIFA 19 soundtrack. 21 Pilots, real hype. Track 9, Nico and the Niners.
Is this up? I'm fearless when I hear this on the low. Is this up? I'm careless when I wear my rebel clothes. East is up. When bishops come together, they will know that demon don't control us. I'm heavy. My jumpsuit is unsteady. I'm lighter when I'm lower. Oh, I'm so high. My jumpsuit takes me so high. I'm flying from a fire, from Nico and the Niners. Whoa.
Track 10, Cut My Lip.
Might as well, if you decide.
Ooh,
All is well.
bruh.
Try
Whoa, turn this up.
my contusions. No, I'll keep moving, though I am bruised. Face of contusions. Rest around the rim, drink it anyway. I can't back. Even though it's me I abuse, I keep on going. I am bruised, face of contusions. No, I'll keep moving, though I am bruised. I can't. Is it what? Yeah. I can't.
So, before we go to the next track, track 11, Bandito, I just want to say that Bandito, 21 Pilots have a tour coming up, which is called Bandito. And Bandito apparently is, so the Banditos represent the people who are depressed or suffering from mental health problems, and they support each other through each other's tough times. By the way, we can all be banditos, ladies and gentlemen. If you have any problems, like, you know, if you're feeling low, like, just hit me up. I'm not a person who is like, oh, I'm here and you guys are here. Like, you know, like I'm just a regular dude as you guys are. Like some of you probably much more superior than me when it comes to, like, let's say status, I guess. Like, you know, it doesn't matter. Like, it's not the status that, like, it's not social, like, it's not important. What important is, at the end of the day, we're all still humans, you know. No matter what, like, no matter if we're rich or poor, we still can feel depressed, or, like, you know, there's anxiety and stuff like that, issues, like people go through some rough times, and you need some support when it's there. You know, don't be afraid to seek out some help from even professionals if you need to. There's nothing wrong with that. You seek out help also from your family, from friends, you know, like if you need to distract from yourself, from your thoughts, distract yourself from your, like, you know, thoughts, like, fucking up your mind, like, you know, like they are there, especially at night times when you want to sleep but you can't. Just hit someone up, like, talk, hang out with people, seek new adventures, get some new friends, you know, be passionate about something, like find that passion again, like if you're feeling really broken right now inside. And what I wanted to say, actually, hit me up as well. I can be also that person who you can talk to, you know, like Instagram, Twitter. I used to give out my Snapchat. I don't know why I stopped giving that, but if you want, here it is. Look, Snapchat. What was my username? Look, it's BRBARCAFUN. BR is my initials. Bob Rustamov, Barca, Barcelona, and fun is fun. Barcelona is my favorite football club. So yeah, like, hit me up. Don't be shy. Also, for any business inquiries, just in case, my email is also available. If you go into the About tab of this channel, you will find out my email, and you can also hit me up over there. So we discussed about bandidos. Let's be bandidos, you know, let's support each other. And I'm your bandito now, from now on. You can count on me. Bandito, track 11, let's go.
I could take the high road, but I know that I'm going low. I could take the high road, but I know that I'm going low. This is the song we make when in between two places.
Nice bright synth pop instrumental popped up. You know, we talked about Tyler a lot in this video, but never mentioned Josh, the second member of this group. Josh is a drummer, and I just gotta say that he's a maestro. Like, he's really efficient, proficient on the drums. He's doing a really nice job on this album. Track 12, Pet Cheetah. This is a little bit different than what they were doing before this.
No, I move slow. I wanna stop time. I'm going to go and I'll stay in my room. My house is the one where the pictures are first. I sit here till I find the problem. No.
That might be first track where I I was like, maybe it's not that good, but it's not that bad too. It's just okay. It's just I just didn't like some of the elements involved in the track, like the instrumental was not the most appealing thing for me on the track. But track 13, Legend.
You were one of those classic ones, traveling around the sun. You were one of those classic ones. Now everybody knows.
Yep.
You were one of those classic ones.
Ah.
You're a legend in my mind.
Yeah, and I like that. Either it's Hawaiian or Jamaican guitar play. It's like a simple times kind of thing implemented into the track as well. And the last track, Leave the City, track 14.
Know that it's almost over from beyond. They know that it's almost
It's a pretty nice way to finish the album. It's like a slower track, kind of calmly exits its way out.
What I mean.
Beautiful ending to this album, and this is definitely one of the strongest albums of this year. Probably will end up being on my top 10. Not guaranteeing or anything yet, because I don't know the shape of the list, the albums I'm gonna include. For sure I know some of them, of course, already at this point for sure that I'm adding. But yeah, like the top albums video, top songs of the year video is coming. Probably will be dropping around Christmas. But this album is really strong, and I really enjoyed listening to this album. And what I also wanted to say is that the Blurry Face album was about Tyler's inner demons and like the struggles and dark thoughts he was fighting, and the Trench was sort of similar, but in the Trench album at least he's I think he's able to conquer them. Like he's saying that now I'm kind of owning it. I'm kind of Trench is a place where I can control it. It feels better. Yeah, and like in this Leave the City song, the last song, he also said like I'm far from home, but in Trench at least I'm not alone. Like he doesn't feel that lonely anymore. Like he kind of in a better place now, which is good for Tyler. So yeah, that's the 21 Pilots theme, like what's going on when it comes to the lyrics. And sonically it was a fantastic experience. I just love the aesthetics of the sound, like the yellow, black, the eagle, I believe it was on the cover. Can we call it an eagle? It's a bird. I'm not sure which bird it is though. But anyway, I just love the aesthetic. Like the cover fits perfectly to the mood, to the sound of most of the songs, and like just the way it's shaped. I like it. I like the way they sound, and no complaints about the album. For me, this is 8 out of 10. That's my rating I'm giving. The reason it's not like 10 out of 10, let's say, just I'm just comparing it to the other albums of this year. It's my personal taste. I just feel like there were better albums for me, you know, and you know which ones. If you are familiar with this channel, you know, those albums got 10 out of 10s, or like out of excitement I gave some albums 100 out of 10. I will not name which ones, but yeah, like this is 8 out of 10. This is a really strong album, and yeah, I'll just end it in that. My energy is kind of is lowered by the time I'm done with this album, but doesn't mean that I'm not excited about this album, or I didn't enjoy I didn't enjoy this album. No, it's just the songs were pretty emotional. The songs were, you know, not to dance to, but actually listen to what's happening in there. So yeah, that's my thoughts. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think about this album? If you know I've not provided enough material in terms of 21 Pilots context, you know, like Dema, Trench thing, please let the world know, let other people know more details about the Trench. Let me know about more details on Trench. You know, shout out to David Cameron Skidmore, who, you know, provided me the theory, the explanation about Dema, like on email, by the way. The reason why I gave you my business inquiry, like Gmail basically, is because you know, there are people contacting me like that and like explaining me about this songs they care about. This like all, it's hard to see. But anyway, like it's look, I had to read all that, okay? Okay, that's the next message, but yeah. But yeah, it was worth it, and thank you for sharing the knowledge. I'll see you guys in the next ones. Keep commenting, please. Let me know what you guys want me to react next, and what would you rate this album yourself? Please let me know, and until next times, goodbye.